if you're booked on an Air India flight this summer season, your travel plans could be hit hard. Air India has begun cutting down on its international operations. The airline has announced a 3-month reduction in several overseas services beginning June, impacting routes across North America, Europe, as well as Asia. The reason? Soaring jet fuel prices and longer flying routes. These are sharply increasing operating costs for Air India. According to reports, Air India has suspended flights from its Delhi hub to Chicago, Newark in New York, Singapore, as well as Shanghai in China. Now, frequencies have also been reduced on routes to San Francisco, Paris, as well as Toronto. Overall, the airline has reportedly reduced nearly 100 daily flights as it attempts to manage rising operational pressures. Now, one of the biggest challenges facing the airline is the closure of Pakistani airspace for Indian carriers, along with the West Asia conflict forcing airlines to alter flight paths. Several westbound international flights now take significantly longer routes, increasing fuel burn and crew costs. Now, some North America-bound flights are now making technical halts at Vienna and Stockholm because of the extended flying distance. Now, these diversions are adding to turnaround times and further squeezing the airline's margins. The cost pressure has intensified because of a sharp jump in global jet fuel prices. Average global jet fuel prices climbed to $163 per barrel for the week ending May 8th. At the end of February, before the war in West Asia broke out, the figure stood at only $99. Now, the jump is almost double. Now, this significantly increases cost pressures for airlines because jet fuel remains one of the biggest expenses in aviation. Now, ATF or aviation turbine fuel accounted for as much as 40% of an airline's total operating cost before the West Asia conflict. With fuel accounting for nearly 40% of operating costs, such a sharp spike now severely impacts airline profitability and eventually pushes ticket prices higher too for consumers. Now, Air India had already hinted at deeper international network cuts. In fact, just last week, CEO Campbell Wilson reportedly told employees that the carrier would continue reducing some international services because current operating conditions had made several routes financially difficult to sustain. Now, the latest reductions underline the growing stress across the global aviation sector. Airlines worldwide are dealing with volatile fuel prices, geopolitical tensions, longer flying times and higher operating costs, all of which are reshaping international route economics. Now, for passengers, the changes could mean fewer flight options, longer travel times and potentially higher fares on affected sectors during the busy summer travel season. Now, while Air India has described the reductions as temporary, just 3 months, the scale of the cuts highlights how quickly external pressures such as fuel prices and airspace disruptions can impact global airline networks. So, as the summer travel season approaches, passengers should brace for turbulence, not just in the skies, but in ticket prices too.